William and Catherine just dropped something on Instagram that's got me questioning everything I thought I knew about royal timing. And no, before you ask, it's not another birthday portrait that looks like it was shot by Vogue, and it's definitely not Catherine serving looks at Wimbledon. This time, our future king and queen decided to commemorate the 80th anniversary of VJ Day. Welcome back to Royal Cookies, where we serve up the juiciest royal gossip with a side of heart-wrenching humanity. Please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. The internet is having feelings about it. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. VJ Day, Victory over Japan Day, August 15th, 1945. The day World War II officially ended when Japan surrendered. Picture this: millions of families huddled around their wireless sets, waiting for 4 words that would change everything. The war is over. King George VI, that's William's great-grandfather for those keeping track, delivered those words to a battle-weary world that had been holding its breath for 6 bloody years. Now here's where it gets juicy. The royal family went mental that day. According to King George VI's own diary, yes, kings keep diaries too, apparently, they appeared on the Buckingham Palace balcony 6 times. 6. That's more balcony appearances than most royals manage in an entire year. By 10 a.m., crowds were already gathering outside the palace like it was the world's most important concert. But here's the kicker. Among those royals waving frantically from the balcony was a 19-year-old Princess Elizabeth. You know, the woman who would become Queen Elizabeth II and rule for 70 years. She was there, in that moment, witnessing the end of the war that defined her generation. Right? Let's talk about this Instagram story that has royal commentators working overtime. William and Catherine posted, "Today we especially think of those British and Commonwealth troops who fought in the Asia-Pacific. We owe an enduring debt to the generation who gave so much, and to whom we will always be grateful." Signed off with their signature W and C. Now, on the surface, this looks like standard royal duty stuff, right? Wrong. This is actually a masterpiece of strategic royal communications, and here's why. First, timing. While King Charles was hosting full ceremonial events at the National Memorial Arboretum, complete with veterans, military personnel, and the Royal British Legion, William and Catherine chose the more personal Instagram story route. It's like choosing to send a handwritten note instead of throwing a massive party. More intimate, more direct, more human. Second, the language. We especially think of, not "we remember" or "we honor." They think OF these troops. It's present tense, it's active, it's personal. They're not just ticking a royal duty box. They're making this about ongoing gratitude, not historical obligation. Third, and this is where it gets really clever, they specifically mentioned British and Commonwealth troops who fought in the Asia-Pacific. Not just British troops, not just European theatre veterans, but specifically those who served in what was often called the Forgotten War of World War II. The Pacific theatre gets less attention than the European battles, and by highlighting it, they're showing they've done their homework. But here's the real genius move, that W and C signature. In a world where royal communications are usually filtered through private secretaries, press officers, and protocol departments, that little signature says this came directly from us. It's their brand, their personal touch, their way of saying we wrote this ourselves, we mean this personally. Right? Let's talk about the generational divide that's playing out in real time. While William and Catherine opted for their signature intimate approach, King Charles went full traditional royal. We're talking multiple Instagram posts, official addresses, throwback photos of his grandfather, and a proper ceremony with all the bells and whistles. Charles shared photos from the National Memorial Arboretum service, complete with veterans and military personnel. He posted his grandfather King George VI's original VJ Day address, and threw in a gorgeous throwback photo of the royal family on the Buckingham Palace balcony in 1945. It's classic Charles, historically informed, deeply researched, properly ceremonial. But here's where it gets interesting. Charles quoted his grandfather directly. "The war is over," for short words after 6 long years of bloodshed, fear, and suffering. It's dramatic, it's historical. It's exactly what you'd expect from a monarch who sees himself as the keeper of royal tradition. Meanwhile, William and Catherine's approach was like watching the royal family's social media evolution in real time. No historical speeches, no ceremonial photos, no throwing back to previous generations. Just their own words, their own perspective, their own way of honoring this moment. It's like comparing a traditional oil painting to a perfectly curated Instagram aesthetic. Both are art, both have their place, but they're speaking to completely different audiences in completely different ways. And the result? 2 distinct royal brands operating in perfect harmony. Charles provides the gravitas and historical weight that comes with being king, while William and Catherine offer the relatability and personal connection that modern royal followers crave. All right, Royal Cookies fam, put on your royal detective hats because we're about to decode the real message behind this seemingly simple VJ Day post. And trust me, it's bigger than you think. This isn't just about commemorating World War II. This is William and Catherine showing us exactly how they plan to modernize royal communications when they eventually become king and queen. Every choice they made with this post was a preview of coming attractions. They wrote in their own voice instead of using traditional royal speech patterns. No one is pleased to or Her Royal Highness wishes to convey. Just straightforward, modern English that sounds like actual human beings wrote it. They focused on gratitude rather than duty. Traditional royal messaging around remembrance tends to emphasize obligation, protocol, and formal recognition. If you're obsessed with royal strategy and environmental impact like I am, make sure you're subscribed to Royal Cookies because we're serving up the most sustainable royal content on YouTube. And remember, in a world full of fast fashion and royal scandals, sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is wear your values on your sleeve, preferably in a gorgeous shade of green.